Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about the possible ending of The Walking Dead Season 8. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to put a spoiler warning here. I'm not using spoilers or leaks or set photos or anything like that. However, I'm putting this warning because we are talking about something that's coming from the comic book. We're talking about the comic book's ending for All Out War, and I'm using one piece of that as a hint, but it's a big piece. It deals with Negan, and it deals with his fate. So if you don't want to hear anything, if you want to go into the end of Season 8 clueless, then you might want to skip this video. But if you just hate spoilers, you can fear not. There's no spoilers in this video. Now, let's dive right into Old Man, not Rick, Negan, Old Man Negan. So a while ago, a lot of fans would go to conventions and get pictures with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and he had a big beard. They'd run into him at a coffee shop, and he had a big beard. They'd send me a pic, and I thought immediately, oh, AMC's testing him to grow out the beard, and that way they know, if he can grow the beard out, if he has a clean face at the end of Season 8, he can grow the beard out in this much time. Maybe they need to make an additional beard to actually sell it when they come back. And the reason for that is because in the comic book, Negan is defeated but not killed. There's a time skip, and then when we come back from the time skip, we see the communities are prosperous and growing and massive and big. Some characters got a change of clothing, refreshing atmosphere, refreshing scenery. The communities are surviving and prosperous, and Negan is prisoner with beard now. Now that they're showing us snippets of a possible hallucination or a fast forward, and we're going to pretend it's a fast forward for this video, it got me thinking. Okay, they're showing Rick a new beginning. We have Negan spotted with a beard. Before I thought maybe it was to test his beard growth, but now in episode 1, something happened that made me believe we already have a huge hint at how they're ending Season 8. Now let's go to the comic book. The end of Negan, that defeat was not satisfactory for TV. For a comic book, it works. You live in the world of The Walking Dead during All Out War as a reader for like 8 months. That's how long it took the story. One comic book a month. There was 12 issues, but they released a couple twice a month. 8 months were reading the comic and enjoying the story. And for a comic book, it works to have Negan wounded and taken. However, for the show, the satisfaction level is a little bit underwhelming. It's kind of like a blowjob where you don't come. So they definitely have to do something about that. And I'm thinking, give the satisfaction of defeating an enemy to the fans by defeating Simon as an underboss, and they show the other underbosses. Give us satisfaction by giving us a awesome Dwight story as one of the underbosses. Gavin's story is another underboss. Regina, she's going to have to be one that is evil because that was a good mix. Gavin will be one that maybe is sad and either dies or becomes one of the good guys. Dwight, we know where he's going so far. And then you got Simon, who's going to be the big one to defeat. And then Eugene will be an emotional thing. So focus on the underbosses. They can utilize those underbosses for powerful moments within the story. And now we have the ending of the season. You need to give that big climax. And I still say it, Simon needs to be that big climax. But what's going to happen in the end? Once Negan's defeated, that's not a big enough climax. Especially how he's defeated, unless they give us some really epic moments. But here, peep this. The one thing that happened which really made me go, oh, wait a minute. Rick pulls out the Polaroid and he takes a pic of Negan. First rule of screenwriting, if you show a gun on the table, you're going to use that gun, you know? They pull a Polaroid out, they're going to use that Polaroid. What happened when Glenn saw Polaroids on the wall, and then they took Polaroids in episode 1, and they took Daryl? I said, it was the first thing I thought of. Daryl's going to be tortured with his Polaroid. So, Season 8 comes, right? Let's say the finale comes. We have 40 minutes more of show, or half an hour more of the episode. Negan's defeated. Put all these puzzle pieces together. Rick, we're going to see a hint of the new communities, prosperous and growing. We're going to see some characters refreshed. Rick is going to maybe take some food, as just a quick example. Rick is going to take some food to this basement. He's going to sit down. We're going to see a defeated Negan years later, and we get the success of the communities in the same season as we did the war. So we now see what they were fighting for. And that's what I love about the New Beginning. The New Beginning shows us what they have been fighting and dying for a couple years now. So once we see that peak of the New Beginning, and then Rick goes downstairs and gives Negan the food, and he's just a defeated and partially broken. It's been a few years. I want to see him a little bit broken. He was broken up in the comic as well, but they zoomed right over it rather quickly. However, once Rick does this and gives him his food before he walks away, maybe he pulls out that Polaroid and he hangs it on his cell wall like they did with Daryl. They tortured Daryl with that image. We might even see Rick come downstairs, have this little chit chat in the very last 5 minutes of the finale of season 8. I think this would be great. Hold on, I'm getting this thought as I'm talking. So Rick has this chit chat with Negan, and then about the defeat and da-da-da-da-da. Time passed, but you got to do the conversation well. And then maybe Rick gets up to leave him, and as the camera pans away from a visibly broken Negan, the camera pans away to the wall where Rick has framed the Polaroid of Negan on the ground getting shot at. Negan's in prison for years staring at that. Maybe Rick puts on Easy Street too. Yo, okay, that one might get a little corny, but come on. I mean, come on. He puts on Easy Street, has the Polaroid hanging, comes around full circle. Long story short, I think they might seriously utilize some of these things I'm talking about. I don't think it's going to be exact. I do think it would be glorious to see maybe the Polaroid and Easy Street, or one or the other. I love it. I love it. Listen, I can go in circles chasing my tail just talking about this stuff, but I love these ideas of what to do with Negan and peeking into the New Beginning more than I did initially. So yeah, to sum it up, the end of the season 8 finale might just be the end of the war, a peek into the New Beginning, a look at what they've all been fighting for, a defeated Negan. I mean, a number of different things. We have characters defeated and killed, and some hopefully glorious story throughout this season, but on top of that, this would be like the icing on top of the cake, so to speak, having all this condensed right in the finale. The end of the war, the peek into the New Beginning, and the prisoner Negan, with everyone getting ready for this festival or this fair, and then you close out the new season. Maybe even give us a hint at something haunting. The camera pans away, goes far and far away, and I'm talking 30 seconds. The camera just speed travels a great distance, and we see some creepy, haunting image. Just something. I don't want them to give too much away, but something creepy. I'm going to leave this up to you guys. You let me know your thoughts and opinions about this. What do you think about this? Do you think the beard was what I said the first time, just practice to see how long, a test run, so to speak? I don't believe that anymore. Now I do definitely believe his beard was being grown out to actually film a scene where he's captured and defeated, and a few years have gone by, and that's why he grew out the beard. You give me your thoughts and opinions down in that comment box. I would love to hear them, especially for this video in particular. Now stay tuned for the deep dive analysis of episode 1. I love these videos. They're one of my favorites to make. However, they are very time consuming, so hopefully Wednesday by the latest I will be able to get that uploaded. Until then, here's a sneak peek. I did spot the homage to the teddy bear girl walker that Rick saw after he talked to Carl after he chased that guy away. I posted this image on Facebook before I did my research, and I said how cool and amazing it would be if they actually got the same actress, since she has grown up a little bit now, and she would be taller. You know, obviously it looked like a older version of the teddy bear girl, and members of the Matt family confirmed, and this is so cool. They did in fact get the same actress, Addie Miller. They got the same girl who did the teddy bear girl walker in season 1 to do the teddy bear girl walker in the 100th episode in season 8 with some makeup, looking the same freaking way. It is spectacular. I think that is so damn cool. All right, love you guys. Thanks for the support. I'm done talking. It's your turn.